The Giro d'Italia, if you can believe it, starts this Saturday, October 3rd. Is going to be aired live and on demand on FloBikes to our viewers in the US and Canada. It goes until Sunday, October 25th, covers 3,497.9 kilometers. It begins in Palermo and ends in Milano. 3 time trials this year at the Giro d'Italia. The race is bookended by them. Have about a 15K time trial kicking it off in Palermo in Sicily. The race ends with a 16K time trial going into the city center of Milano. And in the middle of the race, there is a 34K individual time trial on stage 14. So a lot of TT miles in there, but there are also a lot of big mountains. Gregor Brown, what mountains are we looking at throughout the course of the Giro this year?
Yeah, we got some serious stuff because, it kicks right off there with Etna. We're on the island of Sicily. You have that Mount Etna finish that everybody knows and loves, the volcano that's always erupting there on the island. And that's Nibali's home area. He's from Messina, and he's going to have a lot of fans out. So we have that early mountain stage, and we got some other lumpy stages too, heading in there to the 9th stage in the second week, Roccaraso. And so we should see a pretty good GC shakeup in the first half of the race before we even get up to those big mountains. But we should see definitely an interesting start to this Tour d'Italy, Michael.
Yeah, it kicks off early, stage 3 with that Etna stage, and as you said, it is always a thriller. Have to mention that we are going to be going up the Stelvio in the last week of the Giro. That is stage 18. So big mountains, and this does draw the question, it's fall, the seasons are changing. Are we going to see snow? Typically the Giro d'Italia is plagued by, we have been assured by the logistics director that the fall is actually going to be a lot more friendly to the riders in the high mountains. But time will tell. Gregor, you mentioned a lot of the riders who we're going to see. Vincenzo Nibali, it's kicking off on his home island of Sicily. He's a big contender. We have Steven Kruijswijk, who missed out on the Tour de France for Jumbo-Visma, so Jumbo-Visma is going in to support him at the Giro. Jakob Fuglsang just 5th place at the World Championships, interestingly flanked by Miguel Angel Lopez, the only GC contender who is going to be doing the Tour de France and Giro d'Italia double. And then Simon Yates, he's going for a rebate at the Giro d'Italia. You mentioned his ride on Mount Etna in 2018. He completely came undone in the final week of the Giro. He's hoping to make it all the way to Milano this year and maybe win the pink jersey. And I think the big favorite after what we saw at the World Championships, when you take into account all of the time trial miles that are at this Giro d'Italia, is Geraint Thomas. He's going back by Team Ineos. They are definitely hungry for a rebate after the performance they had at the Tour de France. So big names at the Giro d'Italia, but there are a couple others who are not going for the general classification, Gregor.
Yeah, right, Michael. Those guys like Peter Sagan, he's going to be coming back from the Tour de France. Didn't get that green jersey that we've all come so accustomed to seeing Peter Sagan in that green, but the Slovak is going to be back at the Giro d'Italia. And when I say back into 2020, back from the Tour de France, he's never been to the Giro d'Italia before, so this will be his debut. Think about that, his debut for a 3-time world champion. And we also have some guys, like punchy guys, that'll bring him competition in that Ciclamino competition, the purple jersey. Guys like Michael Matthews and Fernando Gaviria. Remember, he's back.
Yeah, Gregor, it is going to be a fantastic Giro d'Italia. We've never seen it in the fall. I think there are going to be a lot of surprises coming our way. There's going to be a ton of content. As I said, this race is going to be streamed live and on demand on FloBikes in the US and Canada, and we're going to be bringing you exclusive shows. You are going to be on site at the Giro, of course, along with our good friend Andrea Nicosia. You're going to be doing a daily recap show. And we have rider features. Larry Warbass and maybe some other riders are going to be vlogging their experience throughout the Giro d'Italia. So please do stay tuned throughout the entire 3 weeks. It's going to be a really exciting time on FloBikes. Don't forget the classics are also going to be overlapping the Giro. So this October, pretty much all the bike racing you could possibly hope for is coming your way.